Power rule. What is power rule? Power rule is a fundamental rule in calculus that allows us to differentiate function of the form fx equals to x to the power of n, where is a real number. The rule states that the power rule helps us find the derivative of a function which present the rate of change of the function with respect to x.
For each example function here, fx is equals to x to the power of n, and its derivative is f prime of x equals nx to the power of n minus 1. So let's solve this example function. So we're gonna solve this. Fx is equals to fx to the power of 18. So we all know in getting the derivative of this, we simply multiply the exponent to the coefficient, and after that we subtract the exponent by 1, and that leads us to f prime of x is equals to 5 times 18 x to the power of 17, and we simplify it. So all that is left to do is 5 times 18 is equals to 19. Simply copy the variable and the exponent, and that's the derivative of the function. Let's have another example. Here we have 2x to the power of 4 minus 3x cubed plus 7x squared plus 93. So we all know in getting the derivative, we multiply the exponent to our coefficient, and after that we subtract the exponent by 1, and that leads us to f prime of x is equals to 2 times 4 x cubed minus 3 times 3 x squared plus 2 times 7 plus 93. And after that we simplify. So we multiply 2 times 4, it's 8, copy the variables and the exponents and so on. So you may wonder, there is a constant. So let's remember that the derivative of constant is always equals to 0. So this is why there is no 93 here, because it's equals to 0. Yeah. So this is the derivative of the equation.
Good day everyone, I am Rihanna Lopez. Since we are done discussing about the power rule, today I will discuss to you about the product rule, or how do we get the derivative of the function using the product rule. So we have product rule. Product rule, so when we say product rule, in our given function, we have multiplication. We have multiplication. So in our case, our formula, we have f of x, g of x is equals to f of x, g prime of x plus g of x, f prime of x. So this prime means our g is derivative, and this one, our f, is the derivative. So if we can get the value of f of x and g of x, we will use this formula. So before we proceed in using this formula, we need to get the first derivative of f of x and g of x. So let's have an example. We have here the example, find the derivative. So y is equals to quantity 2x to the power of 4 minus 3 quantity x squared plus 1. So our f of x here, f of x is this. Then our g of x is this. And let's proceed on solving this. Since we get the value of f of x and g of x, let's proceed on solving this too. So our f of x is equals to 2x to the power of 4 minus 3 So our f prime of x is equals to, but before that we will use the power rule. Let's transfer this one and use the multiplication. So we have 4, 2, and x. 4 minus 1 plus 0. But remember, this is constant. This is constant. Then, let's multiply, then subtract this 2. Then copy this. So our f prime of x is equals to 8x cubed. 8x cubed. Then next, we will get the g of x. So, it's still the same process. So, g of x is equals to x squared plus 1. Then g prime of x. It's still the same process. So we have 2x 2 minus 1, same because it's constant. So our g prime of x is equals to 2x. Our g prime of x is equals to 2x. Okay? So since we are done getting the value of f of x and f prime of x and g of x and g prime of x, we will proceed on using the formula. We have y prime is equals to f of x g prime of x plus g of x and f prime of x. Then let's substitute. Then we have the value of our f of x is 2x to the power of 4 minus 3. So let's put it here. 2x to the power of 4 minus 3. Then the value of our g prime of x is 2x plus the value of our g of x is x squared plus 1. So we have x squared plus 1. Then the value of our f prime of x is equals to 8x cubed. Remember, we just substitute their value. Then let's proceed. We just have to multiply this and this. So let's multiply. We have y prime is equals to 4x to the power 5, then negative 6x plus 8x to the power 5 plus 8x cubed. Then after this, we just have to combine like terms. Combine like terms. So we have 12x to the power of 5, then plus 8x cubed, then negative 6x. That's our final answer. This is our final answer. And thank you.
I am Mark Nathaniel Tupaz. Now I'm gonna explain another problem for you can understand it much better. y is equals to 3 plus x and over x to the power of 4 plus 5. First, we need to find our f of x and g of x. This is our f of x. Now we need to find our f prime of x. We need to find our f prime of x. We need to find the derivative of 3 plus x. Because 3 is a constant number, it will be cancelled. And the derivative of x is 1. That is why it is 1. Now we also have our g of x equals to x to the power of 4 plus 5. To find our g prime of x, we need to times 4 to x. 4 times x equals 4x. And we need to minus our exponent 4 with 1. That will be 3. The answer will be 3. Because the 5 is a constant number, it will also be cancelled again. Now we have the f of x, f prime of x, g of x, and g prime of x. Now we're gonna apply the quotient rule. This is the formula of the quotient rule. The formula of the quotient rule is equals to g of x times f prime of x minus f of x times g prime of x over g of x to the power of 2. Now, next, we need to substitute That's why we got y prime equals to x4 plus 5 times 1 minus 3 plus x times 4x to the power of 3 over x4 plus 5 to the power of 2. Next, if we're done substituting the numbers, the next step is we're going to simplify. You're wondering, how can we simplify? We're just gonna use the FOIL method. By using the FOIL method, we got this answer. Diba? 1 times x to the power of 4 is x4 to the power of 4. 1 times 5 equals positive 5 minus 4x cubed times 3 equals 12x to the power of 3. 4x to the power of 3 times x equals 4x to the power of 4. And we're just gonna simply copy this number right here. We're just gonna bring it down. Next, if we're done, the last thing we need to do is to add like terms. X to the power of 4 plus negative 4 plus...
Hello guys, my name is Renska Romel and I will be explaining the example number 2 of the quotient rule.
So for example number 2, we will have y is equals to 3 plus x all over x to the power of 4 plus 5. Since we have here the given function is division, we will use the coefficient rule, which is f of x is equals to 3 plus x and g of x is equals to x to the power of 4 plus 5. Now, we will be going to get the first derivative of f of x is equals to 3 plus x. Now, the derivative of 3 is, since it is constant, will be 0 and x is 1. That's why we have 1 here. And after that, we will be going to get the derivative, the g of x, and its prime. So g of x is equals to x to the power of 4 plus 5, and g prime of x is equals to 4x3. So it is only 4x3 because first we will multiply the 4 to x. After that, we will get 4 since we will have value 1 here.
And after doing that, we will minus the 4, 4 minus 1, that's why it's cube. Plus 5, since constant again, the constant will be 0, that's why that is gone and this is gone. So now, let's continue with the formula. Y prime is equals to g of x times f prime of x minus f of x times g prime of x all over g prime of x squared. Now, we will be going to put their values. So, y prime is equals to, since g of x, the value of g of x is x to the power of 4. So, x to the power of 4 plus 5. Since f prime x is 1, that's why we have quantity 1 here, minus f of x is 3 plus x. That's why we have quantity of 3 plus x, and the quantity of 4x cube is because of g prime x all over x to the power of 4 plus 5. Now, the next thing we will do is we'll be distributing them. After distributing 1 to 4 and 1 to 5, 1 to x, 1 to 5, this will transform into just the same because it is the value 1. So x to the power of 4 plus 5 minus. So 4x cube times 3, 12 times negative, so negative 12x cube. So again, 4x cube times x equals times negative. We will not, because negative there, we will add it to the we will multiply it. After that, we will get the negative 4x to the power of 4 all over 4 x to the power of 4 plus 5 squared. Now, after this, we will be using combining like terms, since we have x to the power of 4 and negative 4 to the power of negative 4x to the power of 4. Now, we will have, since positive 1 and negative 4 is equals to negative 3, that's why we have negative 3x to the power of 4 minus 12x cubed plus 5 all over quantity of x to the power of 4 plus 5 squared. That will be our final answer. Don't forget the y prime. I forgot that. Don't forget it. And that will be the second example of the coefficient rule.
Hi everyone, my name is Jania Cyrene P. Trinado, and I am here today to discuss about what is the chain rule. So what is chain rule? So in calculus, the chain rule is a formula that expresses the derivative of the composition of two differentiable function, which is the f and g. So how do we get the derivative using the chain rule? So if h of x is equal to g of f of x, then h of x is equal to g of f of x times f of x. So it means we can only use the chain rule if the given is composite. And it means we have inner and outer function. So our outer function is dg and our inner function is the f of x. To get the derivative of the composite function, what you have to do is to get the derivative of our outer function times the inner function. So, kani siya. I-times na nimo. So, we call it chain rule because after we solve the outer function, we can chain it or multiply it to the inner function. So, that's it.
My name is Chini F. Visares and this is the example of the chain rule. So, ang atong example kay f of x equals 5x squared minus 4x plus 2 then cube. So, next, atong i-identify ang outer function and the inner function. So, ang outer function is this one is the cube. And then, ang atong inner function is 5x squared minus 4x plus 2. Muna ato ang inner function. So, atong pangitaan ang derivatives of the given function. So, then next, we differentiate the outer function. Kuhaon na to ang ilahang derivatives. Then, multiply the exponent and the coefficient. Then, automatic na naman siya 1. So, ato siyang i-times, i-multiply. 3 times 1 equals 3. Then, copy the inner 5x squared negative 4x plus 2. And then, this kaning part kay naggamit ta og power rule. So, ma-reduce ta og 1. So, 3 minus 1. And then next, ato siyang i-chain. Atong i-chain ang inner function. 5x squared is equals to 10x because 5x squared, bring down the 2, then multiplied by 5. 5 times 2 equals 10x. Then, negative 4x times 1 equals negative 4. And ang dinhi, automatic 0 kay wala siya kaning variable. Then, next, we simplify. 3 times 10 equals 30x. Then, 3 times negative 4 is equals to negative 12. Kay positive times negative is equals negative. So, negative 12. Then next, bring down the 5x squared minus 4x plus 2. Then, square kay nag-minus man ta di anhi. Then, 30x minus 12. So, mauna ni ang ato ang final answer. F rhyme of x, quantity of 5x squared minus 4x plus 2 square, quantity of 30x negative 12. Nasabtan?
Thank you.